One thing you should know, dating is a humiliation ritual.
Job searching in 2026 is a humiliation ritual.
Texting first is so ass. The shit that ass feels like a humiliation ritual.
Y'all so quick to say him in a ritual. Bitch, I believe in Jesus Christ and only Jesus Christ. The fuck? Like, bitch, I can real bust down one time? The
YouTube, there is no hate or anyone bullied in this video. This is all for scientific purposes.
Okay, tell me why everything nowadays is a humiliation ritual. A celebrity wears a dress? Ritual. Someone cries on live? It's a ritual. John Cena shows up ass naked? It's a ritual. Casanet cuts his dreads? It's a ritual. I had a video on conspiracies not too long ago. Let's talk about how this became the default way to see anybody doing things out of the ordinary for attention, and why people genuinely believe your favorite creators are selling their dignity for views and status.
Which I also believe.
I just spoke on this yesterday, but in continuation, even outside of the fact he was dressed up as a girl not once but twice, shows this ain't just an everyday tee-hee kind of joke. Me personally, I'm not a fan of this kind of cosplay, but to each their own. However, when it's being pushed and promoted onto the kids, like I always say, it's a bit questionable. It's very questionable why playing these characters is somehow content. I clicked on different videos regarding his role plays and some people laugh. They think it's funny. And the definition of a humiliation ritual is structuring an act, often public, designed to disgrace, shame, or demean an individual or group. Let me get this straight. Young black teen cross-dressing and shaking it for a young audience to laugh and be entertained, but this isn't somehow crossing a line or two? Is this not demeaning to the same audience he claims he's not trying to humiliate? We always bring God into this, but at the same time, nothing about this is godly. Joke or not, this is crazy how no one speaks on this in the slightest. You could wear a dress. That's the least of the issue comparatively to acting vulgar and ignorant and said cosplay, dress up, whatever. People are claiming he was forced to do this, and honestly, in the Holly weird, I wouldn't be surprised if they slid bro a couple checks for this. That's a joke, YouTube. I think he actually wants to do this, but he doesn't consider the impact it has. He turns 18 this year, and when I was 17, I was most definitely not doing any of this. And for any kids growing up watching this, whether they're a part of the My Little Pony team or not, are gonna believe this is a universal normal.
This is not my normal.
This ain't the first time black men especially have been pushed to dress up for laughs. The irony in him choosing white chicks should speak for itself. This conversation ain't new. I heard my granny talking about Tyler Perry. It's just rebranded now as humiliation rituals. I feel like most people won't remember this, but outside of John Cena getting a humiliating end to his wrestling career, in 2024 he was on stage practically naked on live television for the Oscars. People laugh, and again, don't look too deep into it. But you can't tell me that in a professional award ceremony it's somehow a comedic sketch for a man to be damn near naked on stage. The Oscars, I want no smoke, I swear. But how at a corporate scripted event can this happen? It just hits different. Why do people always have to go through some form of naked embarrassment in public for their last stage of virality? How does this make them any more relatable or better as an overall talent? It's more than a joke at this point. Let's not forget about Old Town Road Dude and Doja Cat sparking conversations around ritualistic imagery. This man danced on the devil and then fell off and became a powdered donut fiend, if you catch my drift. And Doja been on some weird shit from demonic themes to outlandish outfits. Ice Spice and her SpongeBob freaky outfit as well. Fans are always the first to point this out and how the symbolism ties them all into the same narrative of selling out. It doesn't matter if you're a man or a woman. If you're talented in any way, they'll use your talent to sell people ideas because they know these same people who look up to them will just follow. At some point, the fans stopped watching for entertainments and started looking for signs. It's not what you do anymore, it's what it means. Everything y'all show to the internet is more than a clip. The internet is not going anywhere. We know what you did on June the 2nd, 2014, buddy. From the triangle to one-eyed symbolism, we have trained to look deeper, but most people still don't fully question these things. They just acknowledge it. But what are they trying to do is the real question. I don't think I'm allowed to say the answer. But the issue is that everyone wants to call everything a humiliation ritual now, which takes away from the severity of things actually creating these rituals. Some things are just plain weird. Some things are just comedy. But what you see these famous people do is the rituals. And everything that suffers, whether it's communication, dating, getting a job, it all stems from the people not struggling with these things at all, but instead profiting off the fact that most people are. Humiliation rituals feel real because fame does require you to give up a piece of yourself, but not always the way people think. I mean, it is still a ritual if you choose to do it. What if you really didn't want to? What if you had no choice? Rakai dressing up, streamers showering on stream together, and everything being broadcast is the new celebrity. They're making these rituals easier than ever to pull off. Is it just pressure? Or are they being controlled? For the social media age, clout is currency. A bunch of numbers and a profile picture attached to each and every one of us. And if you don't have any, you're an anomaly, because most of us do. So we're all exposed to this no matter how good your feed is. They're not just sacrificing their dignity, they're sacrificing their authenticity for retention rates and maintaining sponsorship deals. The Iron Mouse situation proved that. Shorty, you are a VTuber. If I don't do a face reveal soon, I might end up like her. Nah, but for real, how is she uncomfortable if she's behind a screen? You know what, we're moving on. Fast fame truly ruins people. Even the already famous people have to find ways to stay famous. It's always patterns of humiliation before success and celebs speaking in code. I'm damn near speaking in code right now. I can't say what I really want to say. And y'all know why it's so funny to me, how if you look into the past, most of them, you gonna find shit out. We all want answers to the madness, so they make patterns where they may be none. We never really know the meaning or if these rituals are really what they seem to be, and more. But that also says something about how broken the industry looks from the outside. We can laugh, we can comment, we can share, and every time we do, but every time we don't need to. We don't gotta promote this strange activity. The joke is on them, always. But you're watching it, supporting it, and refusing to see past it, past the content level, will eventually turn you into the joke as well. So maybe it's not about what they wear or what they do. Maybe the ritual is the one we already are participating in. Save your tears for another day. Save your tears for another day.